vast knowledge. The purpose of this channel is to teach you guys, you, my brother, my sisters, and then also learn from you. And please notice this channel is new, and also this is my first time recording on YouTube. In fact, in any way, this is my first time recording. And bear with me on any mistake on typing error or on my English. Okay, let's get started. Today we are going to be building image gallery. So let's start. Let's create a div with a class name container. So inside this div, let's create h1 tag or h1 tag, anyhow you may call it, h1 tag. And inside this tag, let's give it a heading or a title called image gallery. Alright, now let's create a div with an ID name called image container. This is where all our image will be. Okay, ID name image container. As I said, inside this image container, inside there, this is where all our images will be, all the gallery for the images, every images, all the gallery, this is where it's going to be. Any gallery we created is going to be inside this container here. Alright, so now we are done with this. Let's create a container with an ID name called pop image. Pop image. And this one is going to be a container that whenever we click any of our image, here, it will pop up here. This container, it will pop up. Then this our image here will show big inside this container, and whenever we click inside there again, the container will disappear or it will slide up. Alright, inside this container, let's create image tag. Let's create image tag. And we give it ID name of image click. So what will happen here is that this image click, any image we click inside there, it will transfer to this inside this image click. That means the source is going to come here. So by the time that our container pop up, by the time it pop up, the image we click here will go inside there. I hope you understand, but by the time we are building it, I think you will understand better. Okay, I think now we are done with the HTML side. Let's go to our JavaScript. Now let's get reference to our image. That means to our gallery. Let's save it inside a const. Let's call it gallery is equal to document. Yeah, so what we are doing here is that it's like we are having access. What we are doing here, we are having access to this container here, this one here, so that we can put anything we want inside there. That's the reason why we get the ID from JavaScript. All right. Also, let's have reference to our pop container. Let's make it documents get element by ID. Also, let's get reference to the image we click. I hope you are you are following me, because I'm just trying my best. It's my first time recording, so please don't be angry with me. Thank you. So let's create image to this. Let's create image tag to this our image container, just like this one. We will create it inside there, but using JavaScript. So now we want to create, like, let's say we want to create 10 images. I already have like in my images folder here, which is like 9 images. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, so I already have all my images here. You can see my image 1, my image 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9. I think I make mistake here. Let me rename the image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think they are 10. Yeah, they are 10. So I have all my images here. So the next thing we are going to do now is we go to our JavaScript. For us to create the images up to 10 with just with using looping, we do for let I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. That means we increase each time we increase the I. If I is 1, the next time is going to be 2, like that. So here, let's call this one image is equal to document that creates elements. Now, which element are we creating? We are creating image element. So if you don't understand here, what we are doing is that we are creating this tag here, something like this. That's what we are creating. But what we do here now, only thing we do here now is that we only create something like this. Let me show you. This is the only thing we create right now. So we still need to create these two here, and if you want to give it ID or class name also, I will show you how they do that also. So now let's give it source, that is image dot source is equal to, that is where I save my image, which is here. I save it here, so I'm giving it the path where I save the image. And then let me quickly copy the name of this image, and then let's use template editor here, and then we put the name of the image, we remove this one, then we put I. You remember I said the I will increase every time until you reach this 10. After you reach this 10, it's not going to continue, but if it doesn't reach this 10, it's going to increase 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put it here, because that is the name we give our image here. If you check here, I give my image -1. So that's what I'm doing, my image -1. The next again is going to be my image -2, like that. So it's going to create all this image in this one line. Thank you. So don't let us forget to put .jpg. That's the extension for the image. And then we can give it auth, that is image, that is for alternative, that if the image doesn't show, this is the text that will show. Like if the image is not available, maybe we mistakenly delete the image, the text we put here will show instead of the image. So let's do like this. So now this is our gallery, which is the container. Don't forget, this is our gallery, is the container. This is our gallery, this image gallery is the container that will contain all our images, all the 10 images is going to be inside here. Okay, so let's grab that container and let's insert. Is going to be append child. What append child does is whatever you create here is going to put it inside that our images container. Inside the container is going to put all our images inside that container. So that's what this append is going to do. It's like you are adding something inside the box, you are adding another thing inside the box. That's what this append child will do for us. So what are we appending? We are appending this our image we just created. So all the images is going to be here now by the time we check it. So let's try it and see. Error. Okay, our error is from here. We gave it double equal, it's supposed not to be. So let's try it again, and you can see all our images are inside this container now. So for us to see it better, let me quickly give it a style. Let me go to CSS and give it style. So in our CSS, let's open it here. Because the image is too big now, so we can't see all the images. So let's go to our this will reset every margin and every padding and other things. This in CSS, it means that select everything. So we want to reset our padding to be 0 and our margin to be 0 also. Box sizing, let's make it to be border box. Then let's go to our container. Let's give it maximum width of 1600 pixel, and let's give it padding of 50 from top and down, 50 pixel, then 20 from left and right, 20 pixel. Also, let's give it margin of 0 up and down, then auto left and right. Okay, so now let's target our image gallery container. This container, let's style it. So it's whenever you give anything ID in CSS or CSS, whenever you give something ID, if you want to style it inside the CSS, you see we give this one ID here, and we give this one class. You see, when we call this container, we give it dot to refer to it as a class, and the ID we refer it as hash as the sign or what. So let's style our image container. So let's give it display, column, then columns, let's make it to be 3. That means it's going to be one image here, one image here, another image here. So let's run it and see. We still need to give our image sizes. As you can see, it's already one image here, one image here, another image here. But let's give our image sizes. So what is our image? Okay, let's give our image a class name here. Class name image dot class list dot add. So this is going to add class to all the images we are inserting to the append child. It's going to give all of them class, and the class we are going to give it is gallery image. So gallery image, let's come to our style, gallery image. Let's give it maximum width of 100%. So it's going to be 100% of the container. And let's give it border radius. Let's make it 10 pixel. And then let's position it as relative. The reason why we are doing this is because we are going to position then let's give it transition, then we transform 250 milliseconds, Then let's change. You see, when we put the mouse here like this now, it doesn't show like we want to click anything, but by the time we change it to this, you see the mouse will change. You see now, and you see our images, they are all okay now. Yeah, so what is left for us to do is when we click this image, the container should pop up like this. I don't know, maybe you understand. When we click this one, this image will be big like this inside the container. Okay, so let's go to our JavaScript again, and let's say let's add events listener to our image dot add event listener. What do we want to listen to? We want to listen to click. Whenever we click on this image, something must happen. So let's give it a callback function. So what must happen when we click any of this our image? So let's copy this and put it here. So this image the image tag we created here, you know, before I told you that whatever image we click here, whatever image we put here, by the time we click, it will come here and it will be big here. I don't know how better I can explain it, but I'm just starting, so please. So image dot source is equal to, we make it to be equal to whatever we click here. So I hope you understand. Whatever we click here, it will be equal to this also. Then it will pop big here. So then let's give it the same thing here also. Sorry, I'm doing shortcuts here. So the same thing, it will show. If the image doesn't have available, it will show the image name. Let's remove this. Sorry, I forgot. Let's remove this, and let's remove this. Okay, so when now that is done, now let's go to our this pop image and install it. Is it ID or tag? ID. So we style our pop image. So the pop image is going to be, let's position it to be fixed. The reason why we are doing that, the reason why we are doing that is so that we can have access to top, left, right, bottom, so that we can able to put it on top of all this image. So we make the top is 0, that means going to start from here. Then left is 0 also, it's going to start from right here. Right is 0, it's going to start from here, end here. Then bottom is 0, that means going to end down here. Start on top is 0, start by the left is 0, end by the right is 0, then end by the bottom. So it's going to be big box like all over here, and we are going to give it background. Let's give it background color of RGBA. So it's going to be 0 0 0, then we make it light, transparent. So let's see if something is, you see here, this is the box here, you can see the image under it. So that's what we just did, and you can see the image, they are well organized. If you try to use grid display on this our container, let's say grid display, and you said grid template columns, then we set it to repeat, we say auto fit, then we say min max, let's say this one is 350 pixels, then here is 1FR. I just quickly want to show you what will happen here, and let me hide this, let me quickly hide it. As you can see, it doesn't organize it nicely, like there is space here, there is space here, there is another space here. So that's the reason when I was using display column. If somebody have better suggestion, please put it inside the comment. So we are done with it, with this. So let's go to, let's align whatever image that will be here. Let's align to be center. Whatever image we click, let's align it to be center. So for us to do that, let's say display flex, then justify content center, align items, center, and this box, this transparent box for our image pop, let's move it up here so that it will not show at all until we click on any of the image. Then it will slide down, here. So that's what we are going to do. So let's do transform, then translate. So translate to y is this way, x is this way, so we want to translate it to y, up like this, which is going to be minus 100%, so let's give it a smooth transition is going to be 250 milliseconds. We want to transform. So this is what we are transition. That means we animate, or what do you call it? We are trying to make it smooth. We are trying to make this transform smooth using transition. Hope you understand. Then I will give it padding so that there will be spacing around here, so that the image will not be from up to down here. There will be a little bit spacing. So I will give it padding. Let me give it padding of 3 rem. Yeah, also let's select the image that will be here. Let's style it, the image that will be inside here. So that image that will be inside this box is going to be inside this ID, and the name is called, what is the name of this image? We're supposed to give it, yeah, it's called clicked image. Then let's give it a maximum height to be 100%. That means the height is going to be 100%, but because of this padding I put here, it's not going to reach this top. There will be a little space there, a little bit space there, but it's going to be big like so. And let's give it a border. You can style it as you want, but I'm just, as I told you, this is my first time recording on YouTube or any other platform. This is my first time, so we style everything finished. Let's go back to our JavaScript, so that whenever we click on any of this image, you see this our pop-up, this thing is still around here, but it's up here. No matter how you scroll, you will never find it, but it's still up here. So let's go to our JavaScript and say whenever we click, let's make this one here. Whenever we click on this our image, then the pop up image, let's first append. No, we don't need to append. The pop-up image dot style dot transform is equal to translate, sorry, it should be small letter, translate, don't forget, translate to y to come back to is 0, to come back down to 0 here. Okay, so let's give it a try and see if we are making progress. It doesn't work. Yeah, so I think our problem is here. We did not put out here. Should be out here, not because we just put it like this. That means that we are reassigning this our image, and you can't do that with const. So let's put out here. So let's see if our this thing is working now. So yeah, so I think our problem is from here. It's supposed to have out here, because if you don't put this here, then I mean we are reassigning this image click, and const you can't reassign it. So image.out is equal to image this, and as I told you, if this image is not available, is the one that we show this message, my image 1, my image 2. That's what we show here if this image is offline or not available. Okay, so let's try our image now. Let's see if it's working. Let's click on any of the image. As you can see, here we go. So we want it to slice up back after we click here. So how can we do that? Let's go here and let's add event listener to listen to click. So when they click in this box, in this transparent box, we want it to slice up back so that we can able to click another image. So what we are going to do is we are going to do something similar here. We just say minus, we set it to 100% again, 100%. Then let's run it and see if everything is working. So let me just click anyone here. You see slice up back. I click, it slices up back. I click, slicer back. I click anyone, it show. I click this, it show. And you can see how well our image are arranged. They are arranged very well. So that's the thing. And thank you. Please subscribe so that I can upgrade myself more. Please, I'm begging. Thank you, and thank you so much.